announced his presidency, everybody loved Donald Trump until that day. Everybody was fans of the billionaire until he decided to run for the presidency of the United States of America. And they're doing the same thing right now. Who wants to allow people to enter into your house uninvited? There are soldiers, there are veterans right now that are on the side of the street. There are soldiers who have served our nation so that we have the right. Somebody shout right. Somebody shout right. So that we have the right to bear arms. So we have the right to be free. So we have the right to walk up and down our nation without being bothered. And aren't you glad of the men and the women in blue who protect our nation faithfully? And then y'all not talking back to me, America. And I don't know about you, but I don't have to have a whole bunch of people to fire me up, as you can tell. Because I take the fire wherever I am. Yeah. That's what President Trump is doing right now. He said, I need you to be a fire. I need you to be a voice. I need you to be a fire starter. Don't sit back and wait till your neighbors jump on the bandwagon. It's amazing how many new friends we've got. Eric Trump said to me, he said, listen, we had a lot of friends right when the president announced his presidency. But then soon after he announced his presidency, we lost a lot of friends. But he looked at me, he looked at my daughter. I had my daughter in Vegas just a couple weeks ago. And he said, but he looked at my daughter, he said, but your father, Mark Burns, has been one of the faithfulest, strongest voices, friends of the President of the United States of America. And he said that one Burns is worth 1,000 fake friends. And I believe that there are a lot of real friends in the building tonight. If you're a real friend, let me hear you say yes. Yes. This is why we have to continue to fight. They believe that they got us on the run because we lost the House. We expected to lose the House. It is normal to lose the House. It is traditional to lose the House. But it's not that we lost the House, but it's how we lost the House. Yeah. This is why you need to be excited, getting ready to move into 2019 as we're getting people registered to vote and getting people geared up to hit the trail again. Because I don't know about you, we cannot let a Democrat become the 42nd president of the United States of America. We can't let that happen, America. We can't let that happen. I dare you to say, not on my watch. I dare you to shout, not on my watch. This is why we're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. But we're going to gear up. We're going to get excited about conferences like this that is promoting the policies of the Make America Great Again. The policies that says, I'm more concerned about the citizens of the greatest country in the world. Aren't you glad we have a president that is not a globalist, but is a nationalist, and the nationalist is not a racist? Somebody shout, yeah. Yeah. Who says, I'm more concerned about the veterans who have served our nation, and they're walking up and down the street homeless, and people are committing suicide because they're not getting the help that they need. They're not getting the support that they need. And you have some places like up north that are making not just a sanctuary city, but they're turning their city into a sanctuary state. Yeah. Is that the kind of a nation you want to live in? No. Nope. Where people come, people say, how do you support the blocking of the infiltration of people who are not citizens of this country? They said, you're a pastor. I said, well, it's because I'm a pastor that my job, and people who understand that pastoral, simply the word pastor means shepherd. And as a pastor, I'm a shepherd. In other words, I'm a protector. It is my obligation to first protect the house of Mark Burns. And when I look at my children, my 6 children, I look at my sons, who are standing there, and they're the future generation. I believe one of my sons might be president of the United States of America. I'm speaking that right now. I'm speaking that right now. They're a lot smarter than their daddy is, y'all. They look better too. But I believe that's why we are fighting, brothers and sisters, patriots of this country. We are fighting so that we be stirred up, so that we be fired up, so that we be passionate, that we don't shut up, that we don't cower down, that we don't use CNN or MSNBC or ABC or CBS or mainstream media to shut us up and cower us down. You gotta remember, you can't trust everything that those alphabets are saying anyway. You know how I know? Because those same mainstream media were the ones that was telling us Donald Trump was 100% not going to be the 45th president of the United States of America. And I know, like many of you, you must have stopped watching the news, because every day they was, as he got closer and closer and closer, they were telling us that he was going to lose. They was telling us that he was going to fail. But I remember the day, and I get goosebumps to this day, when we was in New York, and we were watching the polls come in, and nobody didn't want to call it. But I remember the moment we won Florida, and I've got to travel all over the country. I've got to travel all over the nation, and I remember the president, as he was the Secret Service that was with him throughout the whole entire campaign. And the moment they called Florida, all of a sudden the Secret Service agents that was with us from the beginning began to shift out. And they began to see new men and new women take their places. Because I didn't realize that the people that were supporting the Republican nominee cannot support and protect the future president-elect of the United States of America. And right then, right there in New York, we begin to see the shifting of Secret Service agents. Because now we weren't dealing with the president, we weren't dealing with the nominee, but we were dealing with the president-elect. And this is why our voice is so important, more than ever. Even now, liberals are trying to take God out of our Pledge of Allegiance. Have you heard that, America? They're trying to take God out of our Pledge of Allegiance. Matter of fact, they're sending children home right now with lips that are saying your child can opt out from saying the Pledge of Allegiance because it has God in it. And that's the kind of a future that liberals are trying to build for our country. But I want to tell you right now, before I get off the stage, that I, Mark Burns, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless you, America. God bless you. Come on in and hear you shout yes. And if you stand with our president, shout USA, USA, USA. Shout it, USA, 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 USA.
That's some exciting stuff. I just don't know if I can follow that.